Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cheat Code Jitsu. Jeff here again. Today we are going to work the Plan B sweep. We're going to show two different options for getting to the Plan B sweep. One of them takes place when you're way down on the mat. The other one takes place like a couple of the previous sweeps when we get up to the dogfight position, and we're going to do the Plan B from there. Both of them work very similarly. That's why they're both Plan B, but there's some different little tweaks that you have to do depending on where you're going to hit the sweep from to make it work and take the guy over. Real super effective sweep, and it can work well as a counter to when guys defend against the old school sweep or the half and half or boa sweep or some of the others that we've been doing, and so it works well to chain in. So Plan B sweep, stay tuned. So Plan B sweep, we're going to work first when I'm just straight down on the bottom. We'll assume that I've gotten my double underhooks and my lockdown, and I've gotten up to my side. Plan B, when I'm down here on my side, works extremely well, similarly to the electric chair, when it's done as a counter to the guy on top's counter to my attempt to old school sweep him. So obviously from our side position here, in order to get my old school sweep, my bottom hand needs to come through and grab onto Demir's foot. Once I've done old school a few different times, Demir's probably going to be onto that, and he's going to kick that foot out and make it not accessible to me. As we covered in a previous video, I could slide under for the electric chair at this point if I wanted, but for whatever reason, let's say I decide to go a different route, I'm going to go Plan B. So here's the way Plan B is going to work. This hand, the underhook hand, is going to swim through from his back. I'm going to grab onto whatever I can get up here. Ideally, I'd like to get the wrist, but if he's shallow like Demir is right now, I can grab fingers, hand, whatever. I just need to get a clamp in on the hand that he's using to whizzer me. Grab there, pinch my elbow down, and so now I've got that hand controlled. My lockdown is going to pinch together, and then this hand is going to C-cup underneath of Demir's knee. Now, the mistake that I see people make with this sweep at this point is they grab it and they just try to roll their hips over. Just like we talked about in the electric chair video, this is going to work a lot better if rather than rolling my hips to turn into it, I'm going to mini shrimp underneath of Demir and take him over. So, hand or wrist, clamp the elbow down, clamp the lock down, C-clamp under the knee, and then under, and take him over. And then I can step out and then come up into side control. Lock down, I get to my side, I go for my old school sweep, Demir kicks out, this hand swims through, and grabs, pinch, C-clamp. Watch my hips, not this, especially with a big guy like Demir, that's going to be tough to pull him over. Instead, I'm going to C-clamp, and then shrimp, 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 and take him over. Now, when I get to this position, if I release this grip that I've got on the inside of his knee, it is possible that he could come back into me, and now I've got a tougher fight. If I can maintain solid pressure with stiff arm at this point, it's going to make that easier to control. This kicks out, knee goes under his knee, and then I can pick him up and get to side control. For those of you who are advanced leg lockers, there is a heel hook right there. That's probably my favorite finish of it. But that is the Plan B sweep when done all the way from the bottom. There is another way that we can get into Plan B, and it's from dogfight. So we're going to use dogfight setup exactly the same way we did in the previous video covering the half and half sweep, where I get in here, I get to my side, kick down, pull up, shoot my leg through, and then I get up to the dogfight. I've got my clamp still on this leg. When we talked in the boa sweep, as well as the half and half sweep about the importance of, at this point, winning the battle of the lean. If I do this from a neutral position, it's not going to work. I want to lean into it first. The reason I want to lean in is because I'd frankly like to get boa or half and half, because those are really good sweeps that give me the best amount of control. I have to do a little bit of a suicide dive to make plan B work from up here, so it's not quite as safe. It's definitely a little bit more risky. But I want to lean into him, and if he stays to the side, I reach across and I take my better sweep. Problem is, a lot of guys are going to lean back into you, especially a big guy like Demir. He's going to push back hard. What I need to do is I need to time that lean. So I'm going to lean into him, and then as he starts coming back on me, this hand is going to clamp hard right here at the hip. My outside knee is going to cut in to keep him from being able to post here. And I'll show you some fancy footwork that I'm going to do with my right foot here in a minute. This hand is then going to shoot through and cup the knee, just like we were doing from the bottom. And then I'm going to roll and take him over. Now you see I ended up with my right foot underneath of his. This is sort of like a crab hook right here. I want that to provide that little extra boost to take him over. And then I can come up on top. So the keys that are going to make plan B work when you're doing it from dogfight are, number one is momentum. If he's not pushing back into me, that roll is going to be really, really hard. So I've got to push, and then I've got to time it and use his momentum against him. Number two is that clamp on his hip. I'm going to pull hard to try to get his hips to rotate. Number three is bringing my right leg in to block off his post, so he can't do anything here at the post. And number four is lifting. Okay? So that's what I need, is I got to make all those things work in order to get plan B to work. So let's look at that from a different angle. Half guard, locked down. I whipped up and I got to my side. I'm going to slide down, elevate the knee, shoot through. Use that to get the dogfight. From dogfight, I lean, Demir leans back, and I roll him over for plan B. Plan B is rarely the first sweep that I go to. Usually in the chains that I do, which we're going to talk a little bit more about chains in an upcoming video, it's more like 3 or 4 down from where I like to be, because there is a bit of uncertainty there, especially when you're doing it from dogfight. But it's a very effective sweep, and it's one of those that you need to be able to learn and be able to throw effectively, because even if it's one that's not a primary option for you, being able to threaten with it will make guys less inclined to lean back into you when you get into that dogfight position. And if they're not leaning back into you as much, it makes your boa sweep more effective, but it also makes your half and half sweep more effective. So definitely important to throw that one in. So leave a comment down below if you've got another way that you like to get into that sweep. It's always good to hear other people's opinions on how they enter the sweep. Make sure if you like the video, hit the like button. It really helps us out a lot. YouTube's algorithm likes it to show people videos that people are interacting with, so that helps us out a lot. Make sure you also subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. You'll get a notification every time we upload a new video. We've still got plenty more half guard stuff coming, so stay tuned.